So this is the end of day 2 for my switching to iPhone for 2 weeks challenge. I wanted to make a video for day 1, but I guess just didn't get around to it. So initial thoughts. I really miss my Android phone. Apple really needs to work on their font sizing to work across more apps. It really helps with like things, stock apps like phone and iMessage and even like the pop-ups and everything. That's great. You can resize the font a lot more than Android. You can make it bigger, except that it's only for those stock apps. And so that's been a real struggle because it's like my font setting is really big. Here, I can show you very quickly. It's pretty big. And yeah, this isn't going to be really quick videos, so not a lot of editing here. But when you go to something like YouTube Studio, all the text is much smaller. It totally doesn't change with the dynamic font of iOS, and that's just really frustrating. With Android, you have display sizing, everything can be larger. I've been struggling with a lot of these iOS like little tiny buttons. Even though I have my display set to zoomed, there's just still too small, and there's a lot of areas too where Apple does not follow color contrast guidelines. It totally doesn't pass. Like, I will give you an example. Just in the widgets, like the default widget is white on a yellow background. No. When I did hit increase contrast, like in the iMessages, that helped with iMessages in the background being darker, so it's like a darker green. But like there's other areas too, like screen on time. It was telling me my screen on time, but it was white on light green, and I could not read it for the life of me. There's places where you have to tap and hold for it to show you these information. It's like, how am I supposed to zoom in and move around while I'm tapping and holding on a specific spot? And it's just like, why, Apple? Now let's talk about VoiceOver. There's a lot of bugs that I've noticed, and I think biggest thing I noticed today was Discord. Discord has bugs, right, for Android and iOS, but one of the most severe bugs that really bothers me is how it crashes VoiceOver when you have the keyboard open. That doesn't happen with the Discord on Android. Also, Telegram can't like scroll through messages, which like in Discord it's having trouble doing the same thing on both Android and iOS. But okay, on Telegram there's like certain areas that's not accessible, like the audio player. Once you're playing an audio message, you can't get to like the top part, or I can't figure out how to, so I can like close the audio player or make it 2x speed and things like that. I can't figure it out. VoiceOver and Zoom, like even on iMessage, it's crashed on me where I have to lock the screen and then like unlock it again for it to work. VoiceOver, when I double tap on things, say like there's a button on an app and I double tap, it'll just get stuck on that thing. Like I swipe left and right and bong, 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 error sound. And like I have to touch the screen and use Explore by Touch or whatever iOS calls it to try to find where I'm supposed to be, like to refresh the screen. So I don't know if that's a bug or if that's normal for VoiceOver. Then there's also the 3-finger swipe for the homepage. I keep trying to do 3-finger swipe, and I think VoiceOver's mad that I'm doing it really fast. So it will go bong, bong, like, and then it'll slide over when it's ready. Let me show you that. So, okay. I'm right here on the home page, and I'm gonna swipe.
Page 205, page 205, page 305,
You see
page
that
405,
it has a boom boom
page 405,
before it goes, and I have to like do the swipe again, which I mean that's a little thing, kind of, but it's not fun. And this interesting thing where the actions, right, when you swipe up and down. So when you're in the app switcher and you swipe up, you're on close, you double tap, it closes the app. Then it'll tell you the next app, and you can double tap to close that app, right? So okay, that's fine. But when I'm on notifications, if I swipe up to clear something, it'll clear that thing. And then when I go to the next notification, if I double tap, the default goes back to activate. And so I have to like swipe up again to clear. And like, I don't really technically have a problem with that. It's just doesn't feel really consistent where you like have to swipe up again and then double tap in some areas, and then in other areas you can just keep double tapping. And then VoiceOver just kind of freezes on me. And then it'll like quietly just stop working, and I'll like put my finger all over the screen. Like it's happened in multiple different apps, and it just says Zoom controller, and it's stuck, and it's just won't do anything except go to the status bar and tell me that there's a Zoom controller, but it won't tell me what's on the rest of the screen. So I have to like close the app and then restart it. So yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated. There's other things about iOS too, which I'm actually heading out the door, and I will get back to you tomorrow in day 3. But some of the settings are, I mean, it's like an iOS thing. Why do you have like an app settings and then the phone settings? It just doesn't make sense to me. I guess because I'm an Android user, right? But yeah, so that's my day 2.